Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Real Talk. You know what? Today we're talking about the years that shake you awake, the years that test your endurance, and the years that quietly build the version of who you can handle the life you've been asking for with. Some years change you, right? Others others really prepare you for the one that will. And for the first time I swear, I felt personally targeted when I heard that the first time because I had definitely lived through some years that just felt like filler, just fillers. Like the writers took a vacation and left me doing side quests the whole time and nothing made sense. But now I do get it. Let's just break it down here. I want to just have a little talk with you about it as we wind down this year and get into the new year. You know, those quiet seasons, the ones where you can't tell if you're evolving or just extremely tired. Those years where someone asks, "How's life?" And you're like, "Well, I woke up. So that's something. I accomplished something." You know, those years, nothing dramatic is happening. No awards, no big doors opening, no fireworks, just you and your thoughts. And the growing suspicion that the universe might have forgotten to hit unpause. Funny part about those kinds of years is everyone else seems to be thriving around you. Everywhere you look, people all around you are announcing their promotions, they're building their businesses, engagements, new pregnancies, sudden spiritual awakenings, new businesses, new business partnerships. And meanwhile, you're over here celebrating the fact that you finally got up, washed your laundry before you ran out of clean clothes. I mean, what I've learned is that those quiet years are not failures. I know that we tend to think that if we're not accomplishing, if we're not doing something, that we're failing. They're not delays, they're not punishment, they are your preparation. You ever watch a chef plate a dish? You know those cooking shows? The cooking time is really long, but the plating of it takes about 10 to 20 seconds. That's really how life works. The season where it looks like nothing's happening is actually where everything is being seasoned, softened, steamed, strengthened. Those quiet years are when you learn that the emotional skills you don't even realize that you're gathering through that time, like how to sit with yourself in stillness instead of running from yourself. That's a hard one. Sometimes we get forced to do this in such ways that it's quite painful. Actually, it's uncomfortable. It also gives us a chance to how to listen to our intuition without needing outside approval, or how to keep showing up even when our progress feels invisible, or how to stop negotiating your worth with situations and people that don't even deserve you. That's a big one. I've learned that multiple times. I keep on learning that one. But the thing is that no one tells you really is those quiet years feel very uncomfortable. They're often filled with a lot of uncertainty. You start thinking, is this growth or am I losing my momentum? Is this rest or am I depressed? Is this clarity or am I just bored with life? It's confusing because nothing's really obvious like that's happening. You think that nothing meaningful is happening, but it really is. Those years that I've had so far has really built me the most. I didn't know it at the time. I thought I was just stuck, but actually I was being tuned like a fine instrument, reshaped, stretched, sharpened, given some rest. And these quiet seasons, we don't really applaud them, but they really should be applauded. They're the ones that give you the capacity to hold what you're asking for. You don't prepare during the performance, you prepare backstage. And then we have the flip side, the chaotic years. They're these are the ones that say, surprise, we're changing everything today. The years where opportunities pop up out of nowhere, relationships suddenly begin or end, you make big life choices, you suddenly see yourself differently, you don't even recognize yourself in the mirror, and you can't go back to who you were even if you tried. These years are loud. They shake up your routines, shift your priorities, push you into actions even when you're not really mentally ready. I've had years like this too. In fact, I would say that this year was probably one of them. Years where everything happens at once. And, I felt like life had me on this roller coaster. And I don't remember buying the ticket to this roller coaster. In fact, I don't like riding roller coasters anymore. It's thrilling, but it's terrifying. And sometimes you'll have all those emotions in the same afternoon. These years will stretch you. They show you your own adaptability. They reveal your strength that you didn't even know that you had. They teach you how to trust your decisions even when the ground beneath your feet is moving so quickly. But these chaotic years only make sense because of those quiet years that came before them. You can't sprint without first learning to walk. You cannot handle a promotion without building resilience. You can't step into the spotlight without spending time in the shadows. Quiet years build capacity. Chaotic years activate it. One prepares you and the other one reveals you. One of the gifts of doing this podcast is seeing how real people respond to honest conversations. People are tired of perfection. Perfect is boring. Perfect is fake. Perfect is a story that with a lot of missing chapters in it. People want to feel seen. They want to hear real stories. They want to say, yeah, I've been there too. Like, exactly there. When you share your journey, not just the shiny parts, you invite others to breathe. Your honesty becomes a mirror for someone who thinks that they're struggling alone. It's the kind of connection that builds communities instead of audiences. So when you're going through a season, talk about it. Not from a place of needing validation or needing attention, but from a place of letting people know that they're not alone. They're not the only ones navigating weird, uncomfortable, confusing, maybe painful transitions. You'd be amazed at how many people will whisper, "Thank you, I needed that." If I look back on my life from right now, from right here where I am, I can clearly see the years that were meant to prepare me. I didn't understand them at the time, but now they make perfect sense. And the years that changed everything, they only arrived once I was ready, even if I didn't feel ready. These days, I try not to label these seasons as good or bad. I look at them through a different lens. I ask myself, what is this chapter asking from me? What is it building in me? What is it preparing me for? When I do that, the pressure softens. The year doesn't feel like an enemy. It feels like a teacher. And the beautiful thing is, I can feel like I'm entering another one of those changing seasons. But I'm stepping into it way differently now. With more patience that I've learned in the quiet moments and the courage that I've learned in the chaotic ones, that combination hits very different for me now. It gives me a sense of grounded confidence I've never really had before. If you're listening right now and thinking, yeah, I'm in a weird chapter, or I don't know what's going on with my life. I feel like things are moving too slow or too fast. Let me speak to you for a second because I want you to know that you're not off track. You're not behind. You're not too late. You're in a season that's shaping you, whether you can see it yet or not. Quiet seasons build your strength. Chaotic seasons build direction, and both build you. So don't judge where you are. Just stay present for it. There is meaning here. Even if the meaning shows up late to the party, it doesn't matter. I want to leave you with something important today. I really wish everyone a great reflection time at the end of this year. No matter what phase you are in, whether you're rebuilding, reinventing, resting, or rising, I hope you pause and notice how far you've quietly traveled. You are more prepared than you realize. You're stronger than you give yourself credit for. And your next chapter is already taking shape, even if it's still off stage warming up. Thanks for hanging out with me today and this year. I really appreciate it. If this episode spoke to you, share it with someone who might need it too. And if you want more real talk, be sure to subscribe, reach out to us. And until next time, be kind to yourself. You're becoming someone you're going to be proud of if you're not already.